Hello Fearless Gamers, Matt here for Fearless Games, and today's video is going to be the show-off of my HQ model for the Legends of War 40k edition that we're doing here on Fearless Games. And here he is. As most people are aware right now, it is a Dark Angels Librarian in Terminator armor. I decided to go with this to celebrate the fact that the new psychic powers are out, so Dark Angel Librarians kinda don't stink anymore because they got a better set of powers than what they actually have right now. And also the fact that I love the Dark Angels. As you can probably see here, I've got a bunch of stuff for Space Marines I've been sitting on waiting to paint up, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way, you know. It still follows the rules because I haven't painted any of it. None of my Dark Angels are done, so I'm doing this all from the ground up. And it saves me money because I don't have to go out and purchase a bunch of stuff right now. At least until we get to, after the second troop choice, then I'm gonna have to start buying new stuff. And as most people have, seen in my first video, there's still a couple of points that I am lacking in the army. I have seen some of the people who've made up suggestions. I really can't think of right now. Like, the one major one that's standing in my head is doing a vet squad, which I do like the sound of, because, you know, vets can be really customizable and can really do a nice thing, or make a command squad for the librarian. I'm still on the fence. So what I've decided is as many people have probably seen, this Saturday, there's something big coming out for Warhammer. Let's see, do I have the codex on me? 1 second. Here it is. So if anyone hasn't seen the new White Dwarf, in the back it says next month, and it's a picture of the Dark Angels Librarian attacking a Chaos Sorcerer. And so get actually particulars here. So we pull out the old school codex. There he is. It's the exact same picture. So and recent videos have been posted on Games Workshop site indicating that they're going to be doing the starter set, which Mini Wargaming's already got pre-orders down for. They were pseudo pre-orders. They can't guarantee that your pre-order will get through. It depends on how many there are ahead of you and how many they can get. But neither here nor there. It's coming out, and they've clearly indicated that it's Dark Angels and Chaos Space Marines, which makes me hope that there's going to be a new Dark Angels Codex coming out soon. So for right now, I'm still taking suggestions on what to use those extra points for. If you're not sure how many points I've got or what I'm talking about, you could check my last video on Legends of War. I'm missing, I believe it's an exactly, let's see, because I know Land Raider Crusader will take up the entire thing. I basically got 250 points to play with. And so, if you guys have any more suggestions out there, please leave a comment, and I'd love to hear them. I am taking every suggestion I get into account, and I just haven't really picked yet. I'm very indecisive on that front, so unless someone makes a suggestion that completely stands out, I may hold back until the 6th edition codex comes out, and make a final decision then. But we'll see what happens. So now back to the librarian. I tried to use a little bit more of a more time-consuming paint style with him, just so he got a little bit nicer detailed down. I used the new Citadel paints to paint him up, with the exception of a couple of colors, my gold, my tin bits, and my bleach bone, and like the parchment and such. But his armor and his cloth are all using the new Citadel paint line. And I tried to indicate, emphasize more highlights on him. His gun arm is actually magnetized. This way, if I ever decide to swap out his combi plasma for anything, I could just take it out and put on a new one. The only issue is the magnets I bought were way too big for his hand, so to get it to put it in the hand, I would have had to rip apart the entire hand to do it. So it's glued to the back where it's basically his wrist, so I had to drill through his entire arm to make sure both magnets fit in it. It was really risky. I was sitting there the whole time going crap, 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 hoping to the great hobby lords out there that I didn't rip apart his entire arm doing this. It took me a total of, let's say, we're going to do an average of 3 hours a day for, let's see, officially 7 days. So 3 into 7 is numbers that I can't do because, for those who are not completely aware, I do have some issues with numbers and calculations and pulling information out of my head. So I'm gonna just sit here and grab my calculator real quick. So it was a total of 21 hours that it took me to paint this guy up. I tried to do a little bit more emphasis on shading and utilizing the new shade line, and it helps out a lot with this forefront because it did make it a lot easier to make contrasting shadows and everything. I'm still working on, there's a couple of colors that I haven't really figured out which would be the best shade to use for them, but I'm starting to get the hang of that. I did use a glaze on his blue armor, which was a lifesaver because his highlight was ice blue, which really stood out, and the glaze kind of blends it in better, so it's not as whoa highlight on him, and it's more subtle and it seems more natural on him. And that is really all I can really say for my librarian. His name is Matthias. I'm decided that he's my Deathwatch character. After he served in the Deathwatch, he's now been brought into the Inner Circle, and he's now a commander in the Dark Angel's army. And that is really all I can say. Hopefully the other guys will have their videos up soonish, if not, because Thursday the 23rd is the cutoff date for the model, so hopefully they'll have videos posted on their guys soon. And if you want to see more pictures of Matthias, I have like a pseudo 360 view of him on our Facebook page, which you can check down the link right there. And if you haven't, like us on Facebook and also like us on Twitter. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us and like this video. That way we can get out there, and you can also take advantage of a lot of the special things we've got planned for you viewers in the coming days. So that is all for right now. Until next time, fearless gamers, take care.